lot of economic damage. Tasteless down to 10 probes very measly. At the same time, though, those DTs have done a lot of economic damage of their own inside of Day 9's base, killing several probes. Both players taking huge economic hits here.
This, though, I mean, Day 9 it doesn't have the DTs, while Tasteless does. And when you don't have detection and no probes, look, Day 9's probes are just kind of chilling in the middle of the map. They have nowhere safe to go, as this Dark Templar does have 11 kills. He's trying to get out the Observer. I do think the Robo Bay is going to go down, though.
Oh,
It's going to be
no.
sort of close, but, oh, no Observer. I don't know what Day 9 can do at this point in the game.
GG. As soon as he loses that Observer, no chance. Oh, no.
Yep, the DTs did own him in the face, so we're going to go ahead and get them on Skype here for a little interview on that one. I'm really surprised that Tasteless could hold off that long. I'm kind of curious to see what Day 9 has to say about that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we do have the players here in Skype chat with us. It is going to be Nick and Sean, Day 9 and Tasteless. And so just going to ask them a little bit of how they felt about that game there on Steps of War, as it looked like both players went for that 2-gate. Saw a lot of Zealots early on, but Tasteless slowly teched up, got those Dark Templars out, and not much that Sean could have done about that.
I think I should have suspected something when I saw only Zealots.
Yeah, I got a little bit worried when you peeked up my ramp, and I debated actually hiding some of the Zealots in the back, and then I thought, no, because if he gets in my base and actually sees the Dark Templars, that could be bad too.
I was so close to running to the left. I probably should have suspected something. I got like annoyed mid-game, and I shouldn't have, because I had my gateways up up by my ramp, and my stalker popped out on the wrong side, so he was walled off, and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I kind of needed 3 stalkers to bust that front, and I was just like, oh, that is just not the way I wanted things to go. But either way, I like that 2-gate build that I was doing, because most of the time when people 2-gate, they just sort of autopilot and constantly chrono boost the 2 gateways. But if you chrono boost your main Nexus, you actually get way ahead in the probe count. And then if you just get, I mean, the real disadvantage you have is you don't have much gas, but that's why I transitioned to Stalkers. Not only to keep pressure on, but just because your opponent generally doesn't have that much gas. And also, you're supposed to be going 3-gate, damn it.
Well, I did go 3-gate actually. I got the 3rd gateway later. What I use is I use a technique that's kind of standard in Protoss vs. Protoss and StarCraft 1, which is that if you're 2-gating and you got your gas later than me, that means that you're not going to have a robo out as quickly. And the only thing I was really worried about was if you made a Nexus Jur expansion, which is why I made that pylon there. I was hoping to force you into 1-basing. I don't know if I was overcompensating or not, but I was pretty sure that if I got my DTs out, I could at least expand, because even if you were going DTs, it would have been later than my DTs. My only hope was that you wouldn't get a robo. And then when I saw the Stalkers there, I was like, well, that should be most, if not all, the gas he has. So by then I was pretty confident.
Yeah, I noticed that Tasteless, your wall was pretty good, and all Sean needed to break it, like he said, was that an extra stalker or something. He was really close to busting down your Zealots before Dark Templar Shrine was up. It was like halfway ready, and I think Sean was really close to breaking that down. So that was
Jesus,
really a
that
clutch
Dark
situation.
Templar Shrine takes forever, by the way.
I know, I know, right?
And I'm like, come on, DTs. It takes like longer than a mothership to make.
So
I
much
also
gas.
noticed that. Yeah, I noticed, Sean, that you had the warp gate research, but you didn't transition your gateways into warp gates either. So you had like three gateways just chilling there as gateways, I think.
That was around the time he got his DTs at my base, right? Or was it longer than that?
It was before that, I think. When he had his DTs out, you had the gateways. I might be wrong though. We'll have to look at the replay sometime.
Oh, I'm checking it out right now. Let me do a little fast forward in action.
Yeah, Husky.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead and say what you're saying.
No, I mean, usually in that matchup, when he's trying to get my ramp, even if he has a Stalkers, what you want to do is just keep a big concave that's large, so that when he comes up there, I can kind of... I know that this happened right before Sean, almost right before the DTs got there, as I got a pretty good surround, but Sean's technique wasn't bad there at all.
Yeah,
Sean was really close to busting down that front door.
Yeah, I'm just
Super
curious
close.
for
Damn it.
Sean. Like, it's for Sean, it seems like you should have been able to break it, considering, I mean, he was going for DTs. He didn't go straight to DTs. It was a fairly slow tech. But what could someone in Sean's position do to basically punish Tasteless for getting the DTs, because like he said, it takes forever. It costs so much gas, so you're definitely going to be lower either in economy or units. So what can you do to actually break up that ramp correctly, aside from not getting a Stalker stuck?
I mean,
that helps a lot, but I mean, like, I think that
I'm sorry, Sean. You go ahead. You go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
I think the big thing is that I probably shouldn't have gotten the 4th gate, because I saw your units and I was like, I can break this if I get a 4th gate. But it's like, oh, but I don't have detection, so I instantly lose. I mean, generally you can just throw a forge down and expand, or if I get my gas a little bit earlier, you can squeeze out a robotics facility. But then you have an almost all zealot army, which I'm sort of fine with at that point.
I mean, one thing that's kind of weird that I haven't gotten used to yet is the fact that you, as well as your opponent, can charge zealots out, which makes the timing of getting zealots and other units a little bit different than StarCraft 1, so I'm still kind of getting the hang of that. So but I think Sean's right. The only thing I was afraid of with that build was that if he got a forge and a cannon and just expanded. Because then
I so almost did. God.
Yeah, because, I mean, I can't get high Templars. I mean, this isn't StarCraft 1, so I can't just, like, morph an Archon and kill your zealots, for instance, at the base or anything like that. So I think that probably would have been what would have beaten me. But, yeah.
Yeah, luckily there wasn't any detection for that Dark Templar sneak by. Very sneaky DTs, by the way. But did you watch the replay, Sean? Did you see was I wrong on that call?
The Wargate was pretty close to when the Dark Templars were coming out. I was waiting for a production cycle to finish, then throw down some Wargates, and then I saw the little ripple, and I was like, oh my god, I hope that's an observer. And it wasn't, and I just sort of forgot about the Wargates at that point. Totally slipped my mind.
Okay, and I think, this, just one question for Nick, is this, I can't remember exactly, but I think there was a similar build where you're trying to get fast DTs against White Raw, so it's evidently something that you're pretty comfortable with. Do you have pretty good success with it in PvP?
Well, I'm pretty well known in PvP for getting DTs in StarCraft 1, but I think in this case, well, in the White Raw game, what I did wrong was I saw he 4-gated and he was warp gate rushing, and I had a Robo Bay, and what I was trying to do was get too many things that costed gas at once, because the moment I made the Citadel, then I couldn't make my next Immortal, and he just went up my ramp and killed me. In this game, I was much more confident with the opener. To be frank, in the White Raw game, I just kind of thought I saw an opportunity and didn't add up the math right in my head. In fact, even when I started rushing to the DTs in the White Raw game, I thought, okay, this isn't going to work, but I've already made the buildings and stuff. I have to commit.
I'm good. Let's move on to game 3.
All right, so we're going to move on to game 3, and I guess we'll let's go on to game 3.